Yes. No, no. Listen, Charles, I've got to be quick. I've got a few people waiting for me. Yes, I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to be there, mate, but 8th of May, I'm working. Seriously? You've made it a bank holiday? You know what? I don't listen to what they say about you. You're all right. Sorry about this, Charles, on the phone. Yeah, but right, if you've made it a bank holiday, you know, obviously I won't be at work, so I would love to be. Yeah. Westminster Abbey. Well, just send me the postcode. I mean, obviously, I'll find it. Yeah. Oh, can I sit next to Kate? Kate? No, not Camilla. Not Camilla. No, Kate. Kate Middleton. Yes, please. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Is there a bar at Westminster Abbey? No. Okay. Oh. Back to the palace for drinks. All right. Okay. So sorry about this. Yeah. No. Yes, you're a whiskey man. Yeah, you like your whiskey. Camilla's gin and tonic. Yes, I kind of guessed that. No, I'm straightforward, mate. Just a nice cold lager. Yeah. Yes. No, I mean I wouldn't. No. No, I wouldn't have expected. No. I'm so sorry about this. I'll be with you in a minute. Yes. I mean, no. Yes. Charles, I've got to go, mate. Yes. Just before I go, then, have you chosen what you're wearing? Yeah. Yes. No, I'm not on about your clothes. I know, yes, nice suit and a gold crown thing. Yeah. No, I mean what fragrance you're wearing. You haven't. Alright, okay, mate. Alright, I've got to go now, but listen, I'll WhatsApp you a couple of suggestions of what fragrance to wear. Alright? Okay. 8th of May. Yes, I'll be there. Westminster Abbey. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye. I'm so sorry about that. He always phones at the wrong time, Charles does. Lovely bloke though. I tell you what though, he can talk for England. You're here for a John Legg Fragrance Review, and I'll give you a massive warm welcome to a John Legg Fragrance Review. I am a crazy random guy. I'm not sponsored, I'm not monetized, I am just a regular guy with a massive collection of fragrances. And my aim with this channel is to share them with you, to share that passion, and to inspire you and King Charles to wear a good fragrance every single day. Crazy thing is, the whole of this review came from a comment that someone dropped me. And I have to be honest, the best thing about this channel is the comments. You know, I get comments from all around the world. Some of them are like, "Yeah, Leggy, thanks for the review, I'm going to buy that." Some of them are, "Have you tried this one, Leggy? Is that one stronger? What would you wear this one for? Is this suitable for a teenager?" Or some of them just say, "Leggy, you're talking more rubbish than a wheelie bin." I love all of the comments. I am not sponsored, I'm not monetized, I'm not a professional, but I'll always respond to your comments. Someone dropped me a comment and said, "Leggy, you're a Baccarat fan. You've got to get Armaf's Untold." And once I've been told, I couldn't be untold, could I? So I bought it. And I've been wearing it for around about 3 weeks now, pretty much back to back. Every single day I've been wearing it. I've had some massive reactions from people who've smelt it coming off me, and I've got a lot to tell you about this fragrance. Okay, first of all, let me show you Armaf's Untold. Yeah, the little chain's broken. Ask me if I'm bothered about the packaging or the box. The box went straight in the recycle, and the bottle, you know, the bottle's great, it holds the fluid, and the sprayer sprays the fluid. Yeah, man, that's all you need to know about it, right? Not bothered about that. But there we go. That is Armaf's Untold. It is a clone of Baccarat Rouge 540. I was very grateful for the kind person who sent me the message and gave me a tip off. Get this fragrance. And I searched for it, and at first I could only find it on eBay UK, and it was going for about £65. Now I notice there's a few of the sellers, few of the retailers selling it. I noticed All Beauty are selling it for about £64–65 delivered. It's 105 millilitres and it is a very good copy of Baccarat Rouge 540. But let me just tell you, I realised I have never actually done a full proper review of the original MFK. I've only ever had one bottle. I've had it for a couple of years and the 70ml is just over halfway down. Let me spray it and let me try and explain to you why this fragrance is so good. Mr. Mason Francis Kirkaghan, for all the incredible fragrances he's done over the years, he will be remembered for this gem. This is a game changer. This rocked the fragrance world. This is just an unbelievable fragrance. It has a sticky sweetness. It has a sharpness. It has a slight sweet smokiness to it. It has a lot of amber. It has a lot of jasmine. It has some sticky sort of sweet saffron on top and a little bit of cedarwood at the base. This is unisex, but some guys might find it just maybe a tad sweet. This for me sits 100% unisex. How does it smell? Alright, it's difficult to explain it. It's almost like a sweet candy sort of smell with a sharp woody sort of smell. Okay, it's very difficult to put Baccarat Rouge 540 into words that you can actually sort of say and make sense. This for me, every time I wear it, I get between 8 and 10 hours of this fragrance. And you're going to go, what, as a skin scent? No, 8 to 10 hours of projection. This stuff announces itself. As you walk into a room, this lets everyone in that room know that you have just arrived. This, as Scarlett, who I work with, lovely Scarlett, she says this, Leggy, is the smell of rich people. And it absolutely is. It smells so expensive. And that's the problem. It is. This 70ml is currently retailing in the UK for £235 British. You know, that's enough to make a grown man or woman cry. When you click on buy it now, seriously, you've got to be very committed to this fragrance. People smell it on you and the reactions are incredible. Okay, it gets a certain respect from people because it's kind of different to your average designer fragrance. Yes, this is quite popular and you may smell it on quite a few people, but realistically it's not a designer sort of fragrance. It is very niche and it stands out, and let me describe the way the notes work. On the top is a sticky sweet saffron. It's candy sticky sweet. Underneath that you've got some very sharp sort of jasmine. It's sweet and it's sharp. And underneath that, like a sword, you've got a piercing amber. And seriously, the amber hits you so hard. This fragrance has such a sharpness to it. It projects well. And let me tell you, Baccarat Rouge 540 is so much better in the air, which is where this fragrance lives. This fragrance just wants to be everywhere, and it is. Okay, up close, it's a little bit chemical. Let me tell you about some of the things that people say when they smell it. Okay, I've heard it called bleach, and I was like, bleach? Do you want to come and clean my bathroom with that bleach that you've got that smells like this? I've heard it called nail polish remover. I've heard it called burnt toast with jam on, And what you find is that this fragrance, there's no grey area with this. It's not like, it's okay. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. And once you love it, you'll always love it. And once you hate it, you'll always hate it. You know, I take it to work, and those who hated it a couple of years ago still hate it now. Those who loved it still love it. This fragrance is yes or no. Okay. But it is ridiculously expensive. And like most people, I try and find different clones, dupes, copies inspired by that do the same job. Alright, I've picked out some from my collection. Just a few that I've got, which I've bought with the idea of sort of being able to wear it every day, being able to put loads on and not worry about it. Because I don't know about you, every time you spray the real thing, you think, oh, that's just cost me a couple of quid. Alright, seriously. It is an expensive fragrance. So let me just quickly run through some of the copies, clones, inspired by dupes, whatever you want to call them. Right, so you've got the incredible Latifa Anna Abaid Rouge, one with a red cap. That is a pretty good copy. It definitely, when you smell it, you go, oh, that's Baccarat Rouge. But realistically, this has got fruity notes on the top, which takes it, for me, closer to the Baccarat Rouge 540 perfume extract. Okay, it's not bad though. What about the the Pandora Rouge? Now, this is actually Scarlet's, because I've had this and literally I get almost zero performance. It doesn't do anything on my skin. It works fantastic on her skin and it trails off her pretty much all day. But once again, this misses out the sharpness, it misses out the sweet sharp jasmine, it misses out the piercing amber that's in the real thing. It's not bad if it works well on your skin, and it's not a bad smell, but it kind of skips the sharpness of the real thing. I don't like this one. The Baraka Cat by Fragrance World Rouge 540. This one should be done for nasal abuse. Seriously, the chemical jasmine in here is abusive to my nose, and I really struggle with this one. Yes, it lasts quite well, and yes, after 40 minutes it becomes less abusive, but I don't want to talk about that. I don't have a good relationship with that fragrance. We don't see eye to eye. What about this one? This is Latifa's, well, it's Maison Alhambra, and it's their Barraque Rouge 540. I haven't done a review of this one yet. I'm in the early stages of testing this one. This is very similar smell to the Pandora. It's sort of, once again, it sort of misses out the sharpness, but this has got actually really good performance for a £16 fragrance. We'll come to that some other time. But once again, that misses out the sharpness and the piercingness and the very projectingness of the real thing. I've also got a couple of sort of from clone houses. Armor Scents, they're a Roulette 540. That is strong and long, but once again that goes towards the perfume extract. It's sort of fruity over the top and kind of smoothed over. What about this one, the KDJ version? What's it called? Barakat Rouge, obviously just miss out the 540. The KDJ, once again, that's very oily, that is very strong, very long, but once again it misses out the sharpness. It's kind of smoothed over and it's kind of got that fruity sort of vibe over the top. You see, there isn't really any fruits, no, there isn't really at all any fruits in the original Baccarat Rouge 540. I was quite intrigued with this one. I ain't going to bother showing it because you're not going to be able to focus. It's the Ariana Grande Cloud EDP. You know what? People say this. They said to me, leggy, get it, because it's pretty much Baccarat Rouge. It's Baccarat Rouge with creamy marshmallow slammed on the top. Seriously, yeah, I can get it. In the background, a distant Baccarat Rouge 540. In the foreground, there's a big marshmallow man. And he says, no, you ain't getting past. Oh, yeah, I want to see the Baccarat. No, you can't. Seriously. All right, I love this fragrance. It's a very girly take on Baccarat Rouge 540. And it lasts a mighty long time. Very shiny, very oily. Lasts a long time. But if you like Baccarat Rouge with a marshmallow over the top, that could be for you. All right, it is very feminine now. Out of all the clones, all the inspired, all the dupes, the only one I've ever come across which seriously picks up on the sharpness of the original is Copycat's 540. All right, this fragrance is, I know, I've said it loads of times, this until now is the closest I have come across to the original Baccarat Rouge 540. It's got the sharp jasmine, it's got the sharp amber, it's got the sticky sort of saffron over the top, it's slightly smoky, and this lasts a mighty long time. Yes, not as long as the original, but it's not bad because it's a fairly cheap sort of copy. That was until now. I bought Untold on the recommendation of someone who sent me a message saying, Leggy, you've got to try it. Let me spray it and let me tell you what it smells like. If I was to put into just a couple of words what it smells like, it would be, it's Baccarat Rouge. You know? The crazy messed up thing is, this, you know, normally I put a stupid percentage and say something is 92% the same as the original. If I had to put a percentage on it, I can't go anywhere other than it's 100%. It's an absolute spit. Alright, I proved it. I asked someone, without me looking, to spray on each hand, the original Baccarat Rouge and the Untold. I didn't know which one it was, I wasn't looking. And I genuinely, and this is for someone who've had this a couple of years and knows every curve of this bad boy, I could not tell the difference. It's Baccarat Rouge. It's an absolutely amazing copy. Seriously, and think about the difference. Put the cap on for professionalism. 105ml, 65 pounds British money. 70ml, £235 British money. Do the maths. You don't even need a calculator. Seriously. And you're going to say, Leggy, whoa. What about the performance? Because I say every time I wear the original, I get between 8 and 10 hours of it projecting, okay? For the first 2 hours, it literally throws itself off your skin. But for the remainder of that time, up to 10 hours, it is still radiating off you. And as you're walking around, you are leaving a scent memory trail. Stick it on the back of your neck, that's the best place, because seriously, it just trails off like a car exhaust. Unbelievable, the original. But that is silly money. And you're going to say to me, Leggy, you've talked a lot of waffle. Cut through all that waffle and tell us about the performance. It's the same. It's the same performance. I get between 8 and 10 hours of this Armaf Untold. I don't really know what to say. I'll tell you what, let me give you an example. I put it on, about 4 sprays on my neck. And about an hour and a half later, I left the house, I got in my car, and I was just pulling off my driveway, and one of my neighbours was walking up the road. Wound the window down, we had a quick chat, blah, 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 blah. And at the end of this chat, I said, see you, and she says, John, I've got to say, you smell beautiful. Right, I was in the car. She was stood about a metre away from the car chatting, okay? And she smelt that fragrance which had been on my skin for an hour and a half. And she said, John, you smell beautiful. Now, I've never been told I smell beautiful before, but I'm trying to tell you what happens, okay? With this fragrance, with Armaf Untold, the performance is unbelievable. It is as good as the real thing. Now, you're going to say, Leggy, just stop talking for a minute. Right, few deep breaths. This Armaf Untold, seriously, is Baccarat Rouge in a different bottle. Okay. Is there any downsides to the Armaf Untold? I mean, yeah, the chains broke. No, I mean proper downsides. Alright, let me be perfectly honest with you. I'm going to say that about every 5th or 6th spray, you get like a funny chemical. Didn't get it that time. But if I was to spray it another sort of 3, 4, 5 times, one of those times it would be a strange sort of chemical with Baccarat Rouge underneath the chemical. Alright? And at first, when it happened to me, I was like, cool, that's a bit weird, like almost like a bleachy sort of chemical. But you know what, after about 10-15 minutes, that chemical goes and it leaves the Baccarat Rouge, you know, Armaf Untold rather, on your skin. But that is the only downside I can tell you about this fragrance. Every 6th spray, it smells a little bit chemical. Okay, but do not worry about that. Don't let that put you off. Don't let that say, oh, well, I could only buy the real thing. All right, don't let that put you off, because it only happens every now and then, and even then it dissipates within 10-15 minutes. Okay. Now, this has been a long review. I do apologise, and if you've stayed with me throughout this review, I seriously massively respect you. I love you so much, and I really appreciate if you would drop a comment. I love the comments, and I will always respond to a comment. I love the thumbs up. You know what? The thumbs up are awesome, because it says to me, Leggy, just keep going, man. Keep going. And I really appreciate that. See, my passion is burning inside me, and I've got to pass it on. And seriously, you know, whether you buy this fragrance or any other fragrances that I've reviewed, that bit doesn't matter to me. But the most important thing is that you listen to me and you go, Leggy, you're right, I've got to choose a good fragrance and wear it every single day. You know, that is seriously the aim. You know, people say to me, should I buy that fragrance? Should I buy that one? Yes, you know, whatever you enjoy. But the most important thing is that you actually wear it every single day. I'm going to love you and leave you now. I do really appreciate this has been a long video. Before I go, promise me, seriously put your hand up and say, yes, Leggy, I take the promise to wear a good fragrance every day. Stay safe. Stay happy and spray. Love you. Bye bye.